Hi everybody, welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is April and this is Plan with April. If this is a return trip for you, welcome back. I decided, because I am always telling you, swatch it before you wreck it. And rarely do I follow like my own advice. So I've got my composition notebook here. I went through and rough cut an Erin Condren note page from an Erin Condren notebook. They're a Mohawk 85 paper. It's toothy and juicy and absorbs ink like no one's business, like crazy good. The next one I cut was a notes page in the Hobonichi Techo. And then of course I've got the composition notebook paper. I want to show you all of the Tombows that I have. I know there's a lot more Tombows out on the market, but these are the ones that I have. I want to show you what they look like on the three different paper types, because they are. The Tomoe River is very much like a very slick feeling, highly absorbent, thin onion skin paper feel, whereas the Mohawk paper feels thicker and it feels just toothier, like it's got a real grit to it. And then the composition notebook, I would say it is just the most common paper. Like it's a little bit toothy. It, you know, takes a minute for the ink to maybe soak in if it's a juicier ink. But overall, I think we're gonna be pleasantly surprised about what this looks like. I did try to line up my Tombows in kind of an order, like a rainbow order. I don't think this is like a full-on rainbow order, but I like how it looks, so I'm gonna go for it. The first one I'm gonna grab is the N89. So I'm just gonna go in here and do N89. I'm gonna swatch the Erin Condren, the Hobonichi, and the notebook paper. And then I'm going to set that right back down. I'm also going to write in here so I know which one it is. I am going to go in here with my Pilot. Am I going to go in with my Pilot? No. I'm going to go in with my Pen and Gear because I'm obsessed with this pen right now. It's 44 cents and it is like, I'm just obsessed with it. So this is going to be the Tombow. What did I say it was? The N89. So N89. Perfect. Next one we're going to go in with is the N95. So swatch, swatch, swatch. I really hope you can see the difference, N95, in these swatches. Of course, I will post this to the community page as well. So if you want to be able to zoom in, actually you can do that on YouTube. If you zoom in, you can actually see. This is an N52. N52. I feel like I'm playing bingo. N52. And then we've got the N55. Staying with the neutrals, let's go in with the N35. And I'm really trying to keep the pressure and the amount of time the marker's in contact with the page very, very similar, because I know for the juicier paper or the toothier paper, having that marker rest longer will leave a darker image. So we will go in now with the N25. And then N15. So looking at these, I can really tell quite a difference in the N89 from the composition notebook paper and the Hobonichi. It's darker here. It's even darker than it is on, maybe not darker. Let's use the word more, or the words more or less saturated. How's that? That feels better. So I feel like it's definitely more saturated on the composition notebook paper. It is the least amount of saturation on the Hobonichi cousin paper, the Tomoe River paper. And then on the Erin Condren paper, comparing the two, it looks, I don't know. There's definitely a difference between all three. I'm not surprised. I figured there would be, which is why I wanted to do this. So now we are going in with N79. This also helps. If you've been in the market for Tombows and you're like, I don't know what color I want to do, this will be a really good swatch for you, because this is quite a few of the neutrals, or 942, just to give you an idea of what they offer. Okay, there is definitely a big change between these three and even those. So this is a 990. Perfect. And then we've got the 020. And then we pop in with the 969. Perfect. And then the 977. So this looks caramel. This looks like a deeper, richer. So what I am noticing, how would I describe this? It is more of a texture thing. So if we're talking texture, this looks more like a mousse. This looks more like a pudding. This looks more like a smoothie. I don't know if smoothie's right. But this has got some grit. This has got some grit. This is completely smooth. So that was the 977. And now the 947. Yeah, that Tomoe River paper is just smooth like butter. Like every single color, every single marker swatch so far just looks super duper smooth. Like there's no toothiness to that paper, so there's no irregularity. Wow, that was a struggle in the marker swatch. Like it just glides over it smoothly. There's no roughness, and it evenly deposits the color. Very light pink. And really the only paper you can see it show up on well is the notebook paper. So this is the 800. And then we have the 772. Again, if you're looking for the most vivid, it's going to be the notebook paper, the composition notebook paper. That is what is going to give you the most vivid version of the Tombow markers. If you're looking for something more subtle, I would highly recommend the Tomoe River paper, because it is very, very subtle. I love this color, the 026. One of my faves. A lot of times when I'm looking for like a Tombow color, I will go to creators pages when they're doing swatches and see what they look like on the paper that I'm also looking at getting, because a lot of times, you know, looking at the cap of the marker versus what color it will be on the type of paper that you're using can be so different. This is a 949. $192. So yeah, if you are looking at different Tombow markers and you're like, I don't know which colors I want, I don't know which colors I would use the most, I hope this does help just to have these swatches. This is probably my most used color. It's the 312. It is a really nice neutral. I'm gonna have to scoot all of these over here. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. I just need a tad bit more room. Perfect. And then I'm just going to turn these. There we go. All right. Get this back up here. I feel like I was out of good focus for a minute. So this is going to be the 451. Good neutral blue. And then we go in with a brighter one, a 452. And then our last two swatches that we're going to do, I've got a 553. Really pretty purple. And then the last one is a really pretty lavender, and it is 620. So that is what they look like. All of those colors that I have for Tombow markers, that is what they look like on the swatches. I think that is beautiful, and it's going to be really helpful to have these all in one notebook when I'm unwilling to do swatches. I also have this page set up. So I'm thinking I might do the either the Crayola Super Touch, these ones, or Super Tips, sorry, the Crayola Super Tips, or I could do the Colors of the World, which might be too many. I might want to do just the Crayolas. Anyway, I will give that some thought since I do have this page available. Let me know down below in the comments what you think, if you had any surprises on any of the colors. If there were colors you saw that you were like, okay, that's not the color I thought it would be, and you're pleasantly surprised by that, I will definitely meet you down in the comments. I love you. I hope you have the very best day. And remember, swatch it before you wreck it. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.